Hey, you found us! Welcome to Maple Pumpkin Crunch TV. My name is Michael Patricia Scott, but you can call me M, he, they, all day, baby. Let's jump straight into it. You've probably noticed things look a little different around here. My best buddy over there, Mary, offered up her space to be a new studio for the show. Isn't she the best? I really adore Mary. You'll probably hear from her a little while later. We'll see. She's kinda shy. Anyway, this is the next episode of my solo Pirate Pop Plus campaign, Seas of Light and Flame. I wonder what we're gonna get up to today. Should be exciting. Well, the nature of the beast, it would seem, with solo gaming a lot of the time, is you're not entirely sure what you're gonna wind up doing. I know that I have to resolve some beginning of the day stuff. I know that we're going to take care of Flopthunp a little bit, and I know we are going to do some traveling on the high seas, do a little bit more fishing, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely intend for there to be violence in this campaign. It is a pirate campaign, but it's also kind of a little slice of life, let's see how Spib manages to survive kind of situation, and I think that's fun. I'm not going to call it a cozy game, but there's already a pretty big Tamagotchi-esque aspect to it, and what is Tamagotchi if not cozy, so. Anywho, welcome back to the box. Well, we're adjusting, we're inside today. So yeah, we're gonna... Oh yeah, I finished the, finished. I have almost completed, nearly completed to the point of functionality, the Hoist the Colors map that we built in the last episode. So I guess maybe I'll switch to top-down, and we'll start by explaining what the heck's going on over there. Let's go. Golly. My phone is being a jerk about filming this segment. Yeah, I'm doing all this on my phone. Hardcore. Alright, that is our boat. It is a piragua, which I found out is a boat made out of a hollowed out tree trunk, so I'm not sure how they got it to be red. That's terrifying. That is the pirate mega prison, which you will find out today is our destination. That is the island, with a mountain that has a temple on top of it. That houses a zombie admiral. That is our quest marker. We're supposed to go there with this boat, which is a derelict boat. There's only one person on it. That is a pursuing ship that is chasing us, and that is a ghost town. So that's what's going on. I think the first thing I want to do today is consult an oracle, to see if the pursuing ship anchored for the night, or kept pursuing through the night. So, in order to do that, I'm going to be utilizing these beautiful frickin' Lego pirate cards. I can't even believe that these exist. They're so wonderful. They're so wonderful, but the box is bad, and it's hard to take the cards out, so don't mind me taking a second. Alright. I'm very new at Oracle stuff. Let's show off the cards for a second. They're just so cute. Oh my goodness. Absolutely adorable. So I think, just for simplicity's sake, and to show off how easy using playing cards as an oracle can be, it can obviously be a lot more complicated, but I'm new and I want to take it easy on myself, so red is yes, they did anchor. Black is no, they pursued. Here we go. Okay. They pursued. I'm gonna check my notes, and I'm gonna figure out what kind of boat they have and how much it can move. I'm gonna allow them one movement. I think they probably can move a few hexes. We'll see. Let's find out. Oh boy, okay. So this is a frigate controlled by the French Navy, and apparently frigates can move 3 hex spaces. One, 2, 3. And they laid anchor there. I guess maybe their crew was too tired to continue the pursuit. But they know they're close. They don't know they're close, but they know they're heading in the right direction. Okay. Alright. I think that's all we have to do with hoist the colors at the moment. So, Cabin Fever, the expansion of Pirate Borg, included some really cool rules for solo play. Basically, in most solo play games, you need slightly different rules, just because none of these games are really built for solo play. Pirate Borg and most board games lend themselves to it just because there's so many tables. But yeah, I'm just gonna show you. Hold on. Alright, so they got this really cute system called OR. The first thing you do is observe, wherein you describe the scene, and then you act, and you roll to decide how your character behaves, and resolve the scene, usually with the dice rolls. They have you assign a difficulty rating when you're going to act, pick which ability score you're going to use, and then you roll 2 d20. If both rolls meet or beat the DR, you succeed. If only one meets or beats, there's a complication, and if neither do, it's a failure. Okay, so when we left Spibble, he was sleeping after taking care of Flopthunp. So I think when I'm observing this scene, he wakes up and, he's alone in the tent. I think it's still just barely dark out, like the sun is rising, and he hears his 2 shipmates and the rat chittering. They're talking in hushed tones at the end of the boat, and Spibble's gonna try to eavesdrop. He's gonna try to see if he can get some information about these 2 and see what they're up to. So let's switch to overhead. Actually, you know what? We don't even need to. Look at this. Look at this. 2 d20s? No friggin' problem. Hold on one second. Let me just get them. Alrighty. Let's roll the dice. Wow, it took a second to get to 2 d20s. That's crazy. What am I doing? Am I really gonna use my metal dice right now? I am. I only know where my metal... Wow, I'm missing a d20 for Spibble. Wow, that's a 20! And that's a 10. So the DR... Here, let me just so that you can actually see that I'm not lying. It's a 20 and a 10. So that means one of them hits. Now, according to OR, if one of them hits, that means there's a complication. Now, I'm new at all this, but I feel like this is one of those situations where maybe I should consult an oracle. Maybe I should consult an oracle. So Spibble... He wakes up. he can hear them talking. And, no, I don't need an oracle, I know what the complication is. Spibble wakes up, and he hears Crom and Gentle Kaju and Blimbleton, talking. And Crom is just like, oh, I know they're close. I can't quite make them out on the scanner, but I know. I can feel them, they're coming, they're mad, and they're gonna get us, Kaju. I really do think they're gonna get us, mate. And Kaju just goes, query. Are you certain we cannot eat the fishman? I am so terribly hungry, and so is Blimbleton. We need our energy. Crom just goes, I mean, I don't know, I got a bad feeling about it, you know? Doesn't he look a little lucky? Doesn't he look a little lucky? I mean, I'm hungry too, my boy. You know, I think I might have heard him stirring. I do, I think I might have heard him rustling his little gills around. And that would be the complication, is that Spibble was trying, using his presence, to be quiet and hear. And he heard that he was not quiet. They know he's awake, and Crom kind of shouts into the tent, Oi, fishman! Fishman, get up, we're hungry, eh? We're hungry, we need you to do some fishing. And, I'm gonna go ahead and say he does. Spibble gets up, and kind of dusts himself off. He's got Flopthunp with him, as always. And, I'm not sure where his fishing pole is right now, but we can use our imaginations and just pretend. Oh man, I'm gonna have all these rules memorized eventually, but for now we're gonna cut to the deadliest catch rules so that we are for sure fishing properly. But yeah, Crom is like, oi, we're hungry, mate, real hungry, and we gotta ship off, so you better slurp us something up real quick if you can, please. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the book. Right. We do 2d6 times 10 minutes after casting your line, and then we test presence, and if successful, we roll 2d6 on the water table. So, Spibble has a +1 to his presence. So, yeah, let's roll some dice. Oh, wait. Roll room. We gotta use the roll room. Excuse me, Mary. We gotta use the roll room, guys. Come on now. What do I have it for? Okie dokie. Roll room. Roll room. Roll room. Going to the roll room. Going to the roll room. Going to the roll room. Roll room. Roll room. Going to the roll room. Going to the roll room. Going to the roll room. Here we friggin' go. Okay, first things first. All hail the bamboo doll. So zen. Okay, in we go. Okay, hell yes. Roll room. Let's slip into something a little bit more comfortable, or at least appropriate. Shall we? Oh, flappy. Oh, that's the vibe today. Okay, it only took us like a minute. We're gonna roll 2d6. That is 6, so it takes a whole hour for him to fish something up. Let's see what he gets, though. Okie dokie. Just to really show off all the different ways that I have to do all this. And you know what? Hello. In case you didn't see my Fortnite video, this is my face. And I will occasionally show it. Okay, what am I doing? 2d20 is what I'm doing. link to the Game Boy Dice Simulator in the description. It's so cool. 2D20. I'm gonna say the DR is 12. I hope I'm not covering my mic right now. Oh, that doesn't help me. I guess we have to do it individually. Do 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 do. Ooh, that's not a success. We got one more try. Yeah. Just the one, please. Oh. That's not a success. I'm gonna go ahead and use my devil's luck. So we're gonna roll 2 more. Sorry if this takes a second, but it's so cute and I love it and I don't even care. This is my channel. Some people release like 2-hour-long videos every week, so that was a 13, so that's a success. And okay. So we're gonna say that's a success with a complication. Yeah, a success with a complication. Okie dokie, so we're gonna roll 2d6 to figure out what we are fishing up. And I've decided that the complication is that since it took an hour for him to fish this up, Blempleton bit him on the foot because he's hungry. I'm gonna go ahead and take 1 hit point away from Spibble. Sorry, baby. Let us see what the result is. Oh, that is an 11. My French accent is so bad, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I guess 11 is a dire swordfish. I need to pass a strength test of 14. Okay, if I remember correctly, Spibble doesn't have the greatest strength in the world, so let's see how we do. Or says we get to roll 2. That's a 15. Oh my gosh, we got double 15. So let me see if I can show that off proper. The shiny dice are so hard to read. Ugh. I damaged my thumb, you guys, my thumb. Anyway, double 15s. I'm gonna say that we slurp that thing up. It is not a problem. I swear it was on 15. It's right there, see? Okay, so we slurp it up on deck. So that's my dire swordfish. I guess Spibble just like takes an hour. And I think a lot of the hour, at least half of the hour, is actually spent just trying to reel this sucker in. And Blempleton gets impatient, bites Spibble on the foot, gnaws a little bit, kicks him off, and eventually manages to flop this huge, massive, like swordfish are big. This thing is bigger than big. I think the boat is riding a little bit lower in the water with it on there. And I'm really... A lot of this channel is going to be me, like, you know, progressing and stuff. And this, I don't know if you noticed, if you watched the last episode, you might recognize the dire swordfish's base. I especially love the sword for the swordfish part. Yeah, I don't know what you call that. The needle. Hilarious. Alright, we're rolling for initiative. Okie dokie, so initiative is just determined by a d6. 1 to 3, the swordfish goes first. 4 to 6, we go first. Let's see. Oh, we gotta honor the cock. Rolled out cocked, yo. Oh, alright. Swordfish gets to go first. Okie dokie, so dire swordfish. These swordfish can skewer a man in a single leap over the deck. The bone of their pointed bills make fine rapiers that triumph over steel. Oh boy. So it's got 9 HP. That's not horrible, but it can reach anybody on the boat with its attack, and it gets a DR14 to attack and defend. Okie dokie. So the dire swordfish is going to attack Spibble because it's, he's the one who slurped him up into this hellhole. Spibble has a -1 to agility, so he needs at least a 15 to dodge. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a 17. The swordfish, I think it tries to take a big old stab at Spibble, but he just kind of spibs out of the way. Oh, no. And now it's time for everybody else to wail on this freaking thing. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Spibble's turn first. I don't have everyone's character sheets memorized, so expect some cuts depending on what happens. Okay, so it still gets to defend at a DR14, and, he's gonna take a melee attack with his cleaver. He does have make him bleed if he, hits, so let's see. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby. Hold on, I gotta consult the book for a second. That's so exciting, I love it when that happens on camera. Okay, so Spibble's cleaver does D6. A crit means he gets to deal double damage, and we're going to test DR14 to see if we make him bleed. Okay, so whatever this winds up, it's double. Okay, so we did 6 damage initially, and now we're going to see if we make him bleed. That's... it's so exciting. Okay, here we go. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? It's a 17, people. I'm pretty sure we're making him bleed. And that means another D6. So we're already at 6. Holy crap. Dude, he just obliterated the swordfish alone. Yo, solo gaming. Solo freaking gaming. Just to keep things moving, we're just gonna do that. I think we have to figure out how many rations it is. Wow, so Spibble, I need to find a cleaver for him. But basically, he slurps this swordfish, this massive swordfish with a literal sword for a swordfish part. I gotta look up what that's called. Tell me in the comments. Hey, that's how you do engagement, people. Okay, so yeah, he slurps him up on the deck, and I think he's just immediately just jumps upon this thing with his cleaver. He knows that these people on this boat are trying to eat him, and if he does not manage to butcher this swordfish quick, he's on the menu. So he does. He's just hack, just like wailing on this swordfish. What a disaster. Blood everywhere. And I think he makes short work of it, and he manages to butcher it up. I don't know how many rations it is. I have to roll for that. Hold on 1 second. You guys... This swordfish right here, I could go ahead and take him off the boat now, I think. He's done. He's in chunks. This swordfish right here, this dire swordfish, is 3 D12 rations. 3 D12. I can't find 3 D12s in Spibble's dice palette, so I'm going to take this opportunity to show you my Lego dice box. Yo, this thing is dope. I found it at Dollar Tree. Big ups Dollar Tree. This is my dice collection. maybe if you ask me to, I will do a little tour of it. It's not the biggest dice collection in the world, but it suits me. Oh, this one's close enough. This is close enough to dice palette for Spibble. Just tuck that over there for the moment. Okay. So it's 3 D12s. And that's how many rations we get. I'm gonna figure out, like, what I'm doing with my camera situation. Like I said, a large part of this channel is gonna be watching my journey and getting more professional and stuff. 1d12. Oh, okay. That's a 12. I just want to make sure everybody sees it before I touch it. 1d12. Oh, come on. What are you? The heavy one. That's a 3. So we're up to 15 rations. Oh my god. That is 23 rations worth of swordfish. Oh boy. That is so much swordfish. Okay. 23 portions of rations worth of swordfish. I gotta put that in my handy dandy notebook. So I think just like really quick, Spibble portions out 3, like, well, 4, maybe even more, like about 5 rations worth immediately, just like sashimi style, raw, but like so good and delicious. And Crom and Kaju and certainly Blembleton don't seem to mind, and everybody's fed for the morning, so let me automatically subtract 5 rations from that 23 we just got. Please tell me in the comments if I got that horrifically wrong. You know what I mean? Because I bet I did. I love how Flopthunp is just like looming over here. We're about to get to her. 23 minus 5. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. So we actually have 18 swordfish rations, but that's gonna last us a while. This channel's not just gonna be a fishing channel, you guys. They don't even have to do that for a little bit. So yeah, he does get everybody fed. I think the rest of the rations get kind of like wrapped in a piece of cloth and put in Crom's very space age looking chest that he has with him. This is from Build Better Bricks, you guys. It's an M-Tron crate, custom printed. They're so good. I'm not gonna bother pressing it in right now. But yeah, they all get stored in there. Spibble doesn't really see what's in there, but it does seem to emit some kind of strange glow when it opens. And with that, I believe Crom is like, alright, yeah, I knew we had you for a reason, mate. You're really doing great, Spib. So, look, we are being chased by the French Navy. They seem to think that we are responsible for one of their members turning to a life of piracy. Now, I keep trying to explain to everybody the difference between privateer and, you know, pirate, but nobody listens anymore. Nobody listens anymore. Right, Kaju? Gentle Kaju goes, statement. That is correct. Also, by the way, Kaju asks Spibble to, like, look away when he eats. And there's some bizarre whirring noise, followed by chomping. That's bizarre, huh? Anyway, Crom is basically like, so, here's the deal. We've gotten word that, you know, said compatriot that they're accusing us of turning to piracy has been captured and held in a nearby mega prison, relatively nearby. It's about a day's travel, so the
the plan is, we're gonna go over there, and we're gonna bust him out. There's a derelict ship, word on the street is. And he looks very shady when he says that. He kind of like steals a glance at Kaju, and goes, word on the street is that there's a derelict ship just floating around just off the shores of the island where the prison is, and we want to try to get it, and we're gonna try to see if we can just, lay siege to the prison with its cannons, and if we can't do that on our own, then we'll just stage a prison break, and we'll have to, make a go of it. So what do you think? You in? And Spibble agrees, and they set sail off to go to this pirate prison. And I think while they're doing that, Spibble takes the time to feed Flopthunp. Do some dailies. Let's do that.
Alright, so taking care of Flopthump, we use a game called Teaspoon. You can check out my previous episode to hear more about it. But we're going to look through our dailies. We got to generate some poopy. We got to figure out her hunger. Add a little bit of happiness, because I don't think a full day has passed yet. And, yeah. Okie dokie. So, there's Flopthump. There's her little enclosure. All of this is supposed to just be the lantern filled with water, that she lives in. I get the feeling I'm going to be making a lot of additions. Okay. So, we do have to generate 2 poopy. I already had cleaned up all of them, in my previous session, so there is one that's on the map that shouldn't be there. Yeah, so we'll put another poopy on. A little collection of poopy. And I believe, oh no, the whole enclosure done came loose. I believe, in addition to poopy, there should be a piece of meat. So Flopthump is a detritivore, which means she won't eat fresh meat. She only eats things that are rotting and decaying. So I had added a piece of fish meat from our last fishing encounter against the reefed shark. So I'm gonna say that's been there, rotting overnight. It should be good for her to eat now, and we'll add some more, at least one other piece, maybe even 2, just to have them rotting. And we move her around her enclosure. She did a little swimming over there. Her plant came loose. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. Let's see. What else do I have to do? Roll 2d4 to determine how much hunger has gone down. Well, that means I get to use my cute little d4s. I love these suckers. I show them off every chance I get. Oh boy. You know what? Let's find out together. Let's find out together. That's a 2 and a 1. So Flopthump is down 3 hunger. So minus 3 hunger and plus 1 to happiness because she is in a aquatic tank. Alright, we're gonna look at her character sheet and adjust some numbers. Holy crap. Okay, Teaspoon people, please jump in the comments and tell me I'm doing something wrong, because after adjusting for that, she has 0 out of 10 for hunger. Is she not dead? Obviously I'm going to feed her that thing that rotted already, so hopefully she's not going to end the session at 0 hunger. I think I have to roll to see if she's going to eat, though. Okay. Okay, y'all. I've determined what we are doing. So the first thing we have to do is determine if she's gonna eat, which, since her health is at 0, you're normally rolling a d10 to feed, and if you meet or exceed her hunger, then she'll eat. But that's absolutely psychotic in this situation. She's definitely gonna eat. So she has one piece of rot that she can eat right now. That's a D3. That's a D3. Yeah, I have a solution for this. Hold on. Hi. Alright. Welcome to my dice app. I don't have any D3s, but this does, so let's hope for the best. 2. We'll take 2. We have to. Oh, hi again. So I realized that we needed to roll another D3. We're adding 3 portions of swordfish rations to Flopthump's lantern, and we need to roll a D3 to determine how many days it's going to take for them to turn from fresh swordfish meat into rot, which is what she eats. So we're hoping for a 1. And we got it. Tomorrow, she has 3 pieces of rot in there. Let's go. Okay, everybody's breaking out their frickin' yard work trimmer thingies, so if you hear all that in the background, that's what's going on. But next, we are cleaning the tank, and we are rolling to increase hygiene. Okay, we got a 4. Do you believe me? We got a 4. So, we get to tick up Flopthump's hygiene by, actually, I believe by 5. Oh wow, by 6, because you get +1 hygiene for each poop you removed, and we removed 2. So that is increasing by 6 hygiene. And then the last thing we have to do is roll a D12 to determine if we are increasing our friendship level today. Spibble's giving her a little pet, you know? Reaching in the lantern, a little stroke of the gills. Oh yeah, okay. So that's a 10. Scoochie. See? A 10. And you just have to meet or beat the friendship level. So, I believe they were at a 7, which ticks them up to an 8. And if I'm not mistaken, that's figuring out all of my dailies for Flopthunp. So I'm gonna adjust her character sheet, and that's basically our entire teaspoon session for this. Look, it's like a mini game in the Pirate Pop Plus game, okay? And once we make it to land and there are shops and stuff, there will be more things we can do. You know, there's mechanics to like hire her out as a familiar to people and stuff like that. There's all sorts of things, but we are at sea, and there's just not much to do. So I'm gonna show you her character real quick, or character sheet real quick, and then we're probably gonna resolve some movement, and end the session by showing where we're at on the map. Alright, hold on. Okie dokie. So yeah, there's Flopthump's updated sheet. Full health, very low hunger, full hygiene, friendship going up. Let's go. Alright, onboard. Okie dokie. So, the Piragua. It can move 3 hexes in a day. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, and it actually manages to catch up to that abandoned ship they pull up right beside it. And the pursuing ship also is moving, makes it over to here by the end of the day. So where we're leaving it right now, because this is getting longer than I wanted it to be. Right now, they have sailed over to the location of this wayward derelict ship that they had heard about. And next session, they're going to attempt to board it, see what's going on, and see if it's possible for them to sail it over to this mega prison and, you know, either take it out with cannon fire and free who they're looking to free, or stage a prison break and break in there. It should be very dramatic. I have no idea how I'm going to be doing all this. But I'm very excited that you guys are here with me to find out. You know what I mean? Let's zoom it on out. Let's look at the box. Thank you so much for being here. You know what? Let's get back to Alaska Hawaii. How about that? So yeah, like I said, thank you so much for coming. I'm really having a blast doing all this with you guys. So if you are too, please let me know. I really need the encouragement. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you.